Hey there, guys. Welcome to round 3 of our Theros draft. We won the dice roll. We're going to play first. And uh, this hand is quite unfortunate. We're actually going to mulligan this, and that's much better. So, definitely don't want to keep a one land hand. I have the tendency of doing that in constructed whenever it comes to aggro. However, this is not the case. So we'll see where this takes us. We are currently 2-0. And our last game was, I want to say a grind. I mean, I use that word a lot, and I use it pretty freely, but it definitely was a grind. We were in sight of losing the game, and then we kind of turned things around. So, no third land drop for us. However, we do have Tormented Hero, and unfortunately it wasn't on turn 1 either, so we'll see. Crackling Triton. So there we go. There's our third land drop. We can't swing. That would be very bad, so let's play Blood Toll Harpy. And I'm not entirely sure if our opponent does have red or not. If they're playing Rug, something that or another. We did actually play against a green-blue opponent last game, or last round actually, so not sure if that guy got the short end of the stick or longer end of the stick. However, he does have Athos' Emissary, so that's very good. We do have a Death Bellow Raider, which is not exactly what we want to be playing right now. However, we'll undo. We'll go into combat. Hit him for 2, main phase 2, Death Bellow Raider. We can just regenerate him on a whim too, so there's that. I wouldn't mind hitting more land drops so we can actually start playing things like Disciple of Phenax and Borderland Minotaur. So he's going to swing in there. It's a tough decision. I mean, we could trade, but if he has any kind of trick, we lose out on a 2-for-1. Or, well, I guess a 2-for-1, because he's not losing his creature. So, unfortunately, I think it's much more appropriate to just take the damage here. He is going to draw a card, but I guess it's much better than losing 2 of our creatures and board presence that could allow him to do that. Time to feed. So, he gains back some life. Sedge Scorpion, and we do hit another land drop. So we are going to have to block, or he is going to have to block with Triton here. And we do have to attack with Death Bellow Raider. And regenerating him isn't probably, it's probably not the best use of our mana, so we're just going to let him die. Or, well, actually, no, he's not going to die because of Triton only having 2 power. So main 2. Disciple, and we get to take a look at his hand. At least 3 of the cards. So, if we can keep on hitting some land drops. Island, and Invocation. So he does have double island, and that would lead me to believe that the last card that he has is something good. And he's going to swing here. If he threw away an enchantment at a flash speed like that, he probably has something that's equally as good, if not better. And there's one of the islands. 5 mana, 6 mana, 6 mana Benthic Giant. Okay. So we can't touch it with our removal. However, we can just play another Disciple. So now we actually get to take a look at everything he has. And if we can hit another land drop, we can play Green Merchant. Wow. So, no tricks up his sleeve this time around. Yeah, take an island. He was definitely just bluffing then. No, we lose our Deathbellow Raider here to a Benthic Giant. I guess it would have been more appropriate to swing in first and then play the Disciple afterwards, but I don't know. Alright, so right now what we can do is we can block. We can use our hero to block that. And otherwise, we have to take 7. I don't want to lose everything in this trade. But losing a creature like Tormented Hero for a Scorpion is probably alright. He has Vulpine Goliath, which is that's just nuts. And we have Fanatic, so we actually lose this game. Right, so we're going to concede this one. There's not much we can do in that game. We really didn't see anything. Nothing really that stands out. Our cards were just kind of awkward. We got things in an awkward fashion. So we did win our last round 2-1, so maybe we can win this one 2-1 as well. Or if not, we end the tournament with a 2-1 standing. Either way, I had a blast being able to play through this draft. So we will play first. This ends very good. We're not going to mulligan. 4 lands, and Blood Toll Harpy, Oriod, and Kragma Warcaller. So we'll start off with a swamp. And he starts off with an island. I guess play Mountain. Doesn't really matter. We can go and play the Blood Toll Harpy next turn and be able to connect with Evasion and get some hits through. Fanatic Amogus, which is great. I think I still do want to play the Blood Toll Harpy. Because if he plays a turn 3 card, like Triton, if he plays Triton, then I can't attack with Spearpoint Oriod, which is just kind of awkward. At least with Blood Toll Harpy now I can swing in for 2 if he doesn't have a flyer, which I'm assuming he doesn't. Yeah, so yeah, Triton. It was a very foreseeable card. Underworld Cerberus, absolutely nuts. So yeah, swing in with Blood Toll Harpy. Beginning combat, swing in. And we hit. So main 2, we'll play Oriod. And maybe we can ride the Cerberus out on a win. The only downside to Cerberus is whenever he dies, our opponent is going to get back all of their creatures if they were feeding the Cerberus by blocking with their creatures. So, I don't know. Alright, Evocation. Fortunately, it wasn't a creature, so we can just start bashing our opponent for a ton here. Main 2. We'll go and play our Big Bad Cerberus. A card that he is more than likely not expecting, but he could play Voyage's End or Griptide on it. Both cards are perfectly possible. We do have 2 Fanatics, though, so... Yep, Griptide, of course. And he swings for 4. Or will attempt to swing for 4. Yeah, so... It's for 4. We get dropped down to 11. However, we are going to bite back for 4 of our own. And main 2, we play Cerberus again. Now, what could happen is he could attack, knowing that he can't block the Cerberus, he could attack, and he could have a pump spell or something of the sort. So no, he's gonna end that game. We do have 2 flying in the air. We do have our Cerberus, and then we do have Fanatic Amogus putting us in lethal range. So that was pretty good. Let's see how game 3 goes. So this this definitely can't be kept. So we're gonna mulligan, and that's much better. We at least have removal, something we didn't see earlier. So yeah, let's start off with a mountain. And if he doesn't play anything turn 3, we can just play Oreod. No, but he plays Voyaging Satyr, which isn't the most intimidating thing right now. He can play a 4-drop. But I think I would rather deal with what he's playing, if possible, than that Satyr itself. It's more of a bait. So he could attack with it. Okay, so he doesn't need it for ramping. No. Okay, so untap. Oh, wow. Interesting, 2 for 1. So not only is he missing land drops, but he also just wasted a invocation. Which is perfect. Perfect for us. 2 for 1s are always trade-offs that we would like to acquire. And there he goes, hitting a land drop. Prowler's Helm. It's not a creature, so it's not threatening. And he ends turn. So now we can swing for 2. So not only does he not have a 2-drop, he also doesn't have a 3-drop. And he was seemingly land screwed from the start here. Minotaur. Three mana Opaline Unicorn. Alright with that. He does have a little bit of oomph behind him with being able to ramp things out. So declare attackers. We'll get in there. No blocks. Let's be a little bit more aggressive. Let's play Fanatic Amogus. 3, 4. 4 Fanatic. And hit him for an additional 4. So there he goes with a land drop. He can make 5 mana now. However, I'm not entirely sure what he can do or what he's going to do at this point. Helm is a very good card if you're ahead. I mean, even if you're behind, it could make the difference. So Curse of the Swine. Wow, okay. That's actually quite good. Quite good for him. Keeps me from my devotion, and... okay. However, we can just attack. Get some damage through. He's more than likely going to block. Oh, we're not. Wow. Okay, so that's the game. Beautiful. That was round 3, and we win this event. And there we go. So won the match and won the game, also won the draft as well. So thank you guys for watching and joining in to take a look at these rounds in this draft in its entirety, and be sure to check out MTG Madness if you are watching this on YouTube. So again, thank you guys, and have a good one.